a man looks deep into your eyes, this is what he's really saying. Have you ever locked eyes with a man and felt like he was trying to tell you something, but he didn't say a word? You know the feeling, his gaze lingers, and suddenly, you're wondering, what is he really thinking? Is it love, desire, or is he hiding something else entirely? If you've ever been in that moment, you're not alone. The truth is, a man's eyes can speak volumes, often revealing far more than what comes out of his mouth. But the real question is, what is he trying to say? In this video, we're going to dive deep into the psychology behind a man's gaze and break down what those intense stares really mean. You see, when a man looks into your eyes, it's not always just a simple glance, it can be an entire conversation happening without words. Whether it's the soft, affectionate I love you look, the intense I want you stare, or even the distant I'm not feeling it gaze, each look carries its own hidden meaning. Here's the catch, not every gaze is as it seems. Some might feel like a tender connection, while others could be signals of discomfort, manipulation, or a lack of interest. By understanding the deeper meanings behind these looks, you'll be able to tell exactly where you stand in any situation. This isn't just about decoding attraction, it's about understanding the true dynamics of the relationship, and maybe even protecting your heart. If you've ever wondered what a man's deep gaze really reveals about his feelings, stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll see his eyes in a whole new light, and trust me, it could change everything. So grab a seat, because the hidden language of eye contact is about to be unlocked. 1. The I love you look. When a man looks deeply into your eyes with warmth and steadiness, it's like he's offering you a piece of his soul without uttering a single word. This look isn't just about physical attraction, there's something much deeper at play. His gaze is full of emotion, filled with affection, trust, and a connection that goes beyond the surface. You'll notice that his eyes are unwavering, never darting away, almost as if he's trying to communicate something profound. The softness in his expression says it all. His pupils may even dilate slightly, an involuntary response that signals genuine interest. In those moments, you feel safe, secure, and loved. It's an invitation to step into his world, to join him in a place where vulnerability and sincerity reign. This gaze often comes during intimate moments, perhaps after a meaningful conversation, while sharing a laugh, or even in moments of silence. It's not about saying I love you out loud, but about showing it with every look, every subtle gesture. It communicates commitment, investment, and an undeniable bond. You can almost feel the emotional weight of the connection, and it reminds you that his feelings for you are not fleeting, they are deep, rooted, and built for the long term. In this gaze, you see his heart laid bare. 2. The I want you so bad look. There are moments when a man's gaze hits you with an intensity that leaves no doubt about what he's feeling. The I want you so bad look is one of those moments. It's electric, magnetic, and brimming with desire. His eyes lock onto you, almost with a sense of urgency, as if trying to convey his longing and attraction without words. His gaze might follow every curve of your face, tracing your lips, and you'll notice how it pulls you in, making your heart race. It's not just a glance, it's a stare that lingers, and it's hard to miss. His body language might shift in sync with his eyes, a deepened breath, a slight smirk, or even a tightening of his jaw as if he's fighting the urge to act on his feelings. This look isn't shy or hesitant, it's assertive, clear, and direct. You know exactly what he's feeling, and he wants you to feel it too. But be mindful, while this gaze can be flattering and exciting, it's important to assess the context. If this intense attraction doesn't match up with emotional intimacy or genuine connection, it might signal that his intentions are more physical than emotional. If it's not backed by deeper affection, this look could just be a fleeting moment of desire. 3. The I'm not feeling it look. This gaze is the complete opposite of the I love you look, and it can be just as telling. When a man looks at you with an air of indifference or disinterest, it's like you can feel the distance between you. His eyes don't carry any warmth, and you might notice a lack of engagement, a sense that he's simply going through the motions rather than connecting with you. His gaze feels empty, hollow even, like he's staring at you out of obligation rather than genuine interest. His eyes might dart away frequently, or his expression might remain blank as though he's not fully present in the moment. This isn't a man who's emotionally invested, and it can be a tough pill to swallow. You might also notice his body language shifting to signal his discomfort or disinterest, crossed arms, leaning away from you, or constantly scanning the room as if looking for an escape route. His responses may be short, lacking curiosity or follow-up questions. This gaze is a warning sign if you're hoping for connection. This look tells you he might not be feeling it at all. Recognizing this early on is crucial. It can save you from investing too much emotional energy into someone who isn't equally invested in you. 4. When he stares at you while kissing. Have you ever had a man stare deeply into your eyes while kissing and wonder what it really meant? This gaze can feel incredibly intimate, and often, it's a sign that he wants to deepen the emotional connection between you two. When his eyes meet yours during a kiss, it can be his way of communicating that he's not just physically present, but emotionally connected to you. It's a way of saying, "I'm here with you, and I want to experience this moment with you fully." This gaze is tender, loving, and mutual. Both of you are sharing an intimate space where words are unnecessary. However, this look can also take on a darker meaning. If the stare feels intense, overly focused, or calculated, it could signal that he's trying to control the moment, testing your reactions or your level of vulnerability. In some cases, a prolonged stare during a kiss might even feel manipulative or unsettling. Pay attention to the vibe of the moment. Does it feel mutual? Does it feel like a natural deepening of the connection? Or does it leave you feeling off balance? Healthy eye contact in intimate moments should feel comforting, not pressuring or invasive. 5. The completely mesmerized look. There's a certain look a man gives when he's completely captivated by who you are. It's not just about physical attraction, it's about being entranced by your very essence. When a man looks at you with this gaze, he's lost in the moment, admiring everything about you. It's almost as if he's seeing you for the first time, but with a depth of appreciation that says, "You are everything I didn't even know I needed." His eyes might soften as he watches you speak or laugh, and you might catch him smiling to himself in disbelief, as if he can't believe how lucky he is to be with you. This gaze doesn't feel forced or self-serving. He's not trying to impress you or win you over. He's simply in awe of who you are, appreciating the small things that make you unique. You might notice that he takes his time just looking at you, savoring the moment and the connection. This look is often spontaneous, happening during carefree, joyful moments like when you're sharing a laugh or a personal story. It shows that he values your presence, not just for the way you look, but for everything that makes you who you are. He's mesmerized by the person you are, inside and out. 6. The testing you look. Sometimes a man's gaze isn't about affection, it's more about trying to gauge where you stand. The testing you look is calculated, deliberate, and can often feel a little unsettling. When a man looks at you with this kind of intensity, it's like he's trying to figure you out without actually asking any questions. He might hold your gaze for longer than usual, watching closely to see if you'll look away, trying to gauge your level of interest or emotional vulnerability. This stare is usually seen in moments when he's unsure of your feelings or where the relationship stands. He's trying to read between the lines, figuring out whether you feel the same way or if there's something more to your connection. The problem is, this look can feel intrusive or like a power play, especially if it doesn't come with warmth or genuine curiosity. It may seem like he's playing a game, testing you to see how you react. Trust your instincts here. If his gaze feels like it's more about manipulation than connection, it might be time to reconsider where this relationship is headed and whether it's healthy for you. 7. The "I'm really listening to you" look. There's something incredibly reassuring about a man who truly listens when you speak. When he looks at you with deep, unwavering focus, it's his way of saying, "I value your words." This look is attentive and completely present. His eyes don't wander, and you won't find him distracted by his phone or the room around him. His entire demeanor is locked in on you. He's listening to every word, absorbing the emotion behind them, and reacting accordingly. This kind of gaze shows that he's not just hearing you, but truly understanding you. You might see subtle changes in his expression as he reacts to your story or shares in your emotions. He's invested in what you're saying, not just as an audience member, but as someone who respects your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. This gaze helps to build trust, fostering a sense of mutual respect. You feel seen, heard, and appreciated in a way that's rare to come by. This type of connection is one that goes beyond surface-level interactions. It's about deepening emotional intimacy through genuine, focused communication. 8. The "I'm trying to apologize" look. When words aren't enough, a man might turn to his eyes to express remorse and regret. The "I'm trying to apologize" look is often subtle but powerful. His gaze may soften, his eyebrows might furrow, and there may even be a sense of sadness or vulnerability in his eyes, as if he's trying to convey, "I'm sorry" without using words. His eyes may search yours, looking for understanding or forgiveness, and there's a tenderness to his expression as he's grappling with the emotions of the moment. This gaze is most often seen after a disagreement or conflict, when he realizes the impact of his actions and wants to make amends. While the words might be hard to come by, His eyes will tell you everything you need to know about his regret and desire to make things right. This kind of look isn't just about saying sorry, it's about showing you that he cares enough to be vulnerable and that he values your relationship. Recognizing this look allows you to navigate emotionally charged situations and fosters better communication between you two. 9. The "I'm daydreaming about you" look. Ever catch a man staring at you with a distant look in his eyes, as if he's lost in thought? This gaze is often the product of someone who is thinking deeply about the potential future he sees with you. The "daydreaming about you" look is subtle but revealing. It's when his mind drifts to places where you two share a future together, whether that's imagining a life with you, planning adventures, or simply appreciating the depth of your connection. His gaze might feel dreamy, far off, yet focused on you at the same time. It's not just a passing glance, it's a sign that he's emotionally invested and sees something lasting. This look is often seen in moments of quiet stillness, where no words are exchanged, but the connection feels palpable. He's reflecting on the meaning you've brought into his life, and in those moments, you can feel the weight of his feelings. The beauty of this gaze is that it's not about the present moment, it's about the future and what could be. 10. The "I'm falling for you" look. The "falling for you" look is subtle but unmistakable. It's the gaze of a man who is realizing that he's slowly, but surely, falling in love. It's filled with vulnerability, hope, and excitement, all wrapped into one. His eyes soften when they meet yours, and there's an openness in his expression. He's no longer hiding behind walls or barriers. Instead, he's allowing himself to feel everything, and he wants to share that with you. This look often develops over time as his feelings deepen. You might notice that his gaze lingers longer than before, as if he's trying to memorize every detail about you. It's not just physical attraction anymore, it's emotional connection. And it's real. He might not have verbalized it yet, but his eyes speak volumes, showing that he's falling for you in a way that's both exciting and vulnerable. You'll feel a sense of trust, hope, and anticipation in his gaze, and it'll remind you that what's growing between you isn't just a fleeting attraction, it's something much deeper, something worth cherishing.